Hey Dreamers, Bryce here from Midnight Notion, singer, songwriter, musician, and a big fan of Metallica, but I have no idea what my favorite Metallica song is. Could it be Hate Train? Let's use math to find out. Cue the intro.
So give it to me now!
For the best Metallica song! All aboard the Hate Train! Welcome to the first ever Rocker React, huh? I have actually somehow managed to go through the entire, I don't know how many years it's been, without ever hearing Beyond Magnetic, and I'm super excited to hear it for the first time in front of you. I promise I've done zero research. I haven't read the lyrics. I haven't seen any videos of this. I haven't listened to it. As a matter of fact, even while I was checking the audio for this video, I had my speakers off so I could check the level just by sight. I don't even know how it starts. So I'm really excited to get into this song. We're going to listen to it together, you and I. I'm going to stop at any time I hear something interesting, react to it for the first time ever, and then I'm going to grade it using the following criteria: composition, memorability, emotional response, instrumentation, and lyrics. Each category is a scale of 0 to 4 with a grand total of 20 possible points. We'll find out at the end of this video if this brand new song I've never heard before makes it to the top 20. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, because when you hit that subscribe button, little orphans get to find their parents. And that's just a fact. I don't know exactly how it works, but it works. So do it for the children. Let's listen to Hate Train, shall we? Oh, I'm so excited. I have no idea what this is going to be like. Okay, I don't know. It started really cool. I like the hits. Bah, bah, bah. I love the 3+1. We have that last time as a more of a, like, everything else was a da, 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 da. And then we have this dot 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 dot. I like those hits a lot, but I don't know. It feels like the energy that they were building got kind of broken, because it's like, oh, I got. We're kind of struggling a little bit right off in the intro. That's a little bit of a bummer, but I'm still looking forward to the song. I can't wait to see where this goes. Yeah! There's a black cloud overhead. Hey, that's me. It feels a little bit about like Prince Charming at this point. But this is a cool riff. Feels very load reload. It's almost got like a, this section almost has like a Disposable Heroes vibe to it. It's not a chromatic build down, but it is kind of recalling back to that. I love this. So we got a nice cool headbanging riff. We take it halftime. It's same riff on the guitars, but the drums go halftime, and we've got a lead on top of it that's got a little bit of a singing with a wah on it. I like what I'm hearing. Oh yeah, okay, I do have to call out that fill. I'm gonna rewind it 5 seconds. Listen to how the drums build. Again, I'm really obsessed with build. I'm really obsessed with patterns. So this is gonna win me over almost all the time. We have a fill that starts just straight, da, 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 and then it goes into, I think, triplets. Let's listen again. It starts like, if you take a measure, right? If you take a beat, just one beat, one. That's just one beat, great. Then you can divide it in halves so that it's 2 eighth notes. Da, da. Now it's 2 notes within the span of one beat. You can subdivide it again into 16th notes. Now you have 4 hits within one beat. Da, 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 da. All right. And then you can subtract it even more, subdivide, and into 32nd. Now you have, 8 notes? Da, 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 da. You could get faster and faster. Or you can add triplets, which is like not doubling, but just adding one extra. I don't know. There's a lot of subdividing going on here, but the fill starts da 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 da. So the fill gradually gets faster as it goes. I appreciate that. So bumping back 5 seconds, I want to hear this again. Yeah, those are triplets. Da 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 da. I like that. very, very Fuel. Are they dropped in this? No, it sounds like standard tuning to me.
Hate is a train that thunders aimless through my head, and hate is the fame chained to the wheel until I'm dead.
I don't know why, but that first lyric is kind of off-putting to me. It's not like it's not bad, it's not terrible, but hate is a train. Great. Great. We now know the name of the song. It's a little hokey to me to start a song that way. I don't know, the transitions are a little goofy in this. I could see why they didn't put this on the record. But I'm not gone yet. It hasn't put me away yet. There's a lot of fun stuff going on. I'm not done with it yet, but I'm on the edge. I'm watching you. You better bring this around, because we still got like 5.5 minutes left to go. Okay, we've got a pattern now, right? Hate is a something. So it's like 3 lines. And then we say hate again. So we've set that up. We now know that whatever the first line is of the verse is, it's going to come back, 2-3 lines later. So when he said rage is a flame, I knew that rage is going to come up again. I've never heard the song before, and I can already sing. That's a good sign for memorability. Good writing.
You blame. Forever sorry I shall be.
I love this riff.
And from the darkness I stand, clenching a torch of sweet revenge.
Now we've got, this sounds like the 2. It sounds like they've come up to that F sharp.
You took away tomorrow. Still I stand.
Oh yeah.
Right into the sorrow.
Woo!
Still I stand. You took away tomorrow. Still I stand. Straight down into the sorrow. Still I stand.
Yeah. That was awesome. What just happened? That was beautiful. Are you kidding me? What? There was a nice little clean break. Is this the chorus, or are we calling this a bridge section? I don't know yet. We haven't heard enough to know if it's going to come back again. But that was gorgeous. There was a little bit of, I could hear a little Halo on Fire in there, right? A little bit of a nod to what's to come. I feel like they maybe recycled this a little bit for Halo on Fire, because it has that same sort of quality. Obey, obey. But like, oh, his singing tomorrow. I don't even know the notes anymore, but he's doing these nice little runs in there. That was beautiful. And then there's that steady climb. They're clean. And then one of them is just slightly distorted. Not all the way. It's not cranked all the way up to the jun. It's just just a little bit of grit, and then back into that head banging bit. Very Fuel. And Fuel is currently, where is it? It's still up on the top 10, isn't it? Yeah, it's still in 10th place. So this, good job.
Wrath is the name.
Wrath. Okay. We got hate. We got rage. We got wrath. Wrath is one of the 7 deadly sins. I guess they're all kind of they're all the same word. They're all just synonyms. But now I know that wrath is probably going to come back. Now, are they going to take the pattern and break it for something interesting, or are they going to keep it the same? I hope they keep it the same, because I want to be able to sing along. But let's just find out what happens.
Branding suffer unto you. In wrath takes the shame and holds me down until it's through. And from the darkness I descend, clenching a torch of sweet revenge. You took away tomorrow.
I'm learning.
Still I stand right into the sorrow. Still I stand. You took away tomorrow. Still I stand. I sink into the sorrow. Still I stand.
Yeah. Pull it up. Love those double kicks. I'm now referencing the part I'm not talking about. The really cool. And then that's the motif of the song. It kind of goes up and then comes back down. Da 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 da. It's the little engine that could. Apocalypse. Okay, it sounds like a tempo change here. We've hit that brick wall. The train has come to a stop, or it's still climbing up the hill. This feels like it's a different tempo. I don't know if I can count it. It's either it feels halftime, but with a slower tempo to me. So we'll have to find out if it's the same tempo or not. But it feels like a change up to me. A hard hit and then a new guitar. I don't know. I kind of like this as a fast song, and it kind of bums me out that we're slowing it down because we just had all this energy built up, and maybe we're trying to illustrate something. But I think when we've got a song that's moving and grooving, everybody's banging their head and stuff, you don't want to just cut them off from that. You want them to enjoy it all the way through, and then when you reach the end, it's like, oh yes, we got there. But this one is like banging head, and oh, I'm not allowed to bang anymore. Okay, I'll just kind of hold back here for a little bit. So they better bring this back. I'm watching you, Metallica. I love those hits. What song from Hardwired is that? There's another song. Is it, I don't know if that's Now That We're Dead, or if it's Confusion, or one of them has like a with the scratching, or maybe it's Am I Savage? I don't remember. We'll find out in a couple of days, I suppose. But I like that. I can start to see that these songs were really they were attaching to the themes or the parts of these songs that they wished they could have used but didn't make it to the record. But then they released this EP anyway. But you can see that maybe some of the stuff they were still like, maybe we can use it in another way. And so I appreciate the future nods. Whether or not that's true, I might be just digging in a little bit deeper than I should, but that's what I'm hearing. Okay, we got one guitar. I think it sounds like it's Kirk's guitar is playing what James is singing now. It sounds like it's the first verse again. I'm not looking at the lyrics, but We Hate is a Train. Those were the first lyrics. So this slower verse seems like a repeat with just a different music underneath. With Kirk's. Let's see if he's still doing that.
And he takes the blame. A beast that never slows it all.
I like that. It's hard to listen to because it's not musical. It's a real chromatic climb down, and I don't know if he's doing tritones or what exactly the note relation is, but there's a climb down that feels like something broken running out of batteries, like a children's toy that's slowly like a little fire truck that's just, and then maybe the train is coming to a halt. I don't know. I like that illustration. It's an interesting. You got to be careful with those because sometimes you put something like that in your song, it sounds like you're making a mistake. You don't understand music theory. That you're a bad player. So you got to use it sparingly. But when done right, you can pull it off. So we'll call this a jazz solo. It's so gross, but in the right way. Again, it's gross. It feels wrong. It's dissonant, right? These are bad chord shapes. They're not like what we attach to fifths and thirds and minor thirds and sevenths and 11ths. This is like I don't know what this shape is. Tell me in the comments below if you know. It feels odd. It feels like the devil's chord or a tritone or a fourth or a sus something. Something is broken in the key in this harmonized part, and it's weird, but it feels intentional, and I think that is the key here. You can't just put it in. You got to make it. You got to make sure that we know that you can play right. So the whole first, what are we at? 5 minutes and 43 seconds so far have all demonstrated that you know how to play in key. Now we're showing the breakdown, and it's okay. We believe that you can play. You've already soloed enough to show us your skill. Now you're showing us that we can. I think that's really cool. That was cool. A little tease there. So it does sound like that take away tomorrow or whatever the line is. It sounds like that was the chorus, but they gave us a nice tease there. Wow. Curse to drown away the sorrow. Bagoom. And then into something brand new. That was really cool because every single time they bring it down, it's all soft. Tomorrow. And then, wow, this one was a lot more gritty. Away the sorrow. Like you can feel the hate pouring out into the lyric. Nicely done. Way to set up a pattern and break it. Mwah. You took away tomorrow. Yep. That is the correct way to end the song. Okay, I didn't speak to it. I said "aw" during the final chorus because Lars was doing this. He was like filling in the middle of a section where I wish he would have just stayed to those straight beats. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and he was doing this little drum fill in there that I felt like broke the flow of it. And like I said, this song really deserves a steady flow. I think that there's so much energy. It's like the train rolling. Train keeps on rolling. That's a really, really, really sweet beat. A really cool feel when you set up that and then you break it. Whatever the fill was, it felt a little wonky. So I went aw. But then I don't know if you noticed, but I started mimicking. I could tell he was doing a straight drum fill. And something in me told me that we're going to go back to that straight riff. So I air drummed the straight riff, and I was right. I'm just telling you, as a drummer, I feel like I know what Lars is going to do, or what his next section is, rather. Maybe not his fills. I haven't quite nailed down his fills, but the song structure felt right. They had a nice fill, and something told me they were going to end with the ba ba ba, and I didn't know if they were going to come back down ba da da. But it's nice that they teased it right throughout the song. It's always ba da up, ba da da down, and it's nice that at the end they don't resolve it ba da ba. Really cool ending to this song. Really cool song altogether. That was fun to hear for the first time. Let's give this sucker some points. Whoosh. Composition. Hate is a train that has an interesting composition. We have an intro, little bit of a wonky start. We have the that comes out throughout, that comes through as a tag throughout the song. It kind of bookends the pre-chorus, if you will, the ba 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 ba, and then we go to the 2 for the pre-chorus, and then we have that again, and we come into the chorus, which is a little bit more light. I love that we have a heavy intro, a heavy verse. We have 2 verses, and then the pre-chorus, and then the chorus. Then we have another verse, a pre-chorus, a chorus, and then we have a whole solo section, bridge section, if you will, and then it slows way down. It feels like it could be the same tempo and just like double halftime, if you will, but it slows way down for that final verse. There's another pre-chorus that's twice as long as the other pre-choruses. And then we have a teaser chorus and then a heavy chorus that's like, I don't know, I feel like it's doubled for the outro. And then a really strong finish. I like what they're doing in this song. There's a lot of really interesting moments. There's a wonky intro, so I have to dock it for that. And I don't like when it slows down in that middle section. But I absolutely love the choruses of this song. When it comes down, they hold out that note. You took away tomorrow. That is so freaking beautiful. I absolutely love it. So aside from that wonky intro and the slow part, really like this composition. It's a 3. Memorability. Like I said, mid-song, I think they're doing a lot of the things that I look for in a song that's memorable. They've got some catchy hooks. I don't really know the guitar part. It just feels like Fuel to me. I'm just singing Fuel again. But it's super cool. It's got energy to it that makes me want to bang my head. And then we've got the formula of the verses. The verses don't have so many lyrics, so you can actually latch onto them. I bet you if I listen to this maybe 2 more times, I'd have the whole song memorized because it's very simple. The chorus, I don't have it memorized again, but something about tomorrow, ride into the sorrow. And then they repeat that twice. So the chorus is actually structured in a way that you can remember that as well. And still I stand. Now, when I was listening to it, it sounded like he was saying and still I stay, but it is stand apparently. I read the lyrics after listening to it. So that's really interesting. But overall, a lot of really great stuff, a lot of memorable stuff, a lot of memorable moments. So I really appreciate that. This one's going to stick for a while. That's a 4. Emotional response. I had a lot of fun listening to this song. Of course, I'm energized because it's my first time. Maybe if I come back to this in a couple of months, I might not feel the same. But for a first-time listener, I'm pretty happy about it. This is really energetic. I want to cover it, actually. I don't know. There's a lot of really fun stuff about this. I don't know why it took me so long to listen to this record, but here I am. I'm really happy about it. Again, emotional response. I do have to point out that I did not like the very beginning. I wish it would have just started with the fast guitar riff. It's maybe the bam 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 and then go straight in and just skip that whole like because that stuff never comes back again. It doesn't really feel like it fits with the rest of the song. So cut out that tricky part in the beginning. I don't know. I might grow into the slow part later on. I might grow into it. I still feel like it ruins the flow, but for the most part, most of the song, if you put it out 100% of the song, most of it is still really favorable for me. So emotional response, it's a 3. Instrumentation. Everybody's doing a great job. They're playing hard. They're playing fast. There's a lot of stuff. We have the straight beats. We have a halftime kind of groove. Not really double time, but we do switch to the snare on the 1, 2, 3, 4. We get a lot of kick drum. We get some cool solos that are really reminiscent of their old stuff. Even all the guitar stuff. We've got some load in here. We got some reload, and we even got some of their old, the first 3 albums kind of feel to it. So a lot of really cool stuff in here. I do like their playing. We get some clean guitar, we get some distorted guitar, we get some wah, we get some really goofy dissonant like climbing, you know, that second solo or third or wherever it is in the song. Really cool, really interesting. I don't know why I'm gravitating towards it, but even though it's hard to listen to, it's artistic and I appreciate it a lot. So instrumentally, not a whole lot of complaints. I'm docking it for that weird fill that Lars did in that final chorus that kind of took me out, and then the weird hits in the beginning and the slowdown. That's what I'm docking it for, but overall they're all doing a really great job. So instrumentally, 3. Lyrics. Now, I did say at the beginning that I was a little off put by Hate is a Train because it felt too on the nose for me. It feels like a weird starting line. I really like the concept of first lines. There's a great video on YouTube by Diane Callahan about how to write a great first line. This isn't about songwriting, it's about story writing, fictional writing, prose. And I'm really into writing, so I really appreciate the video, but I think it applies the same to music. That first line, the first time you open your mouth, that's gonna maybe determine whether people are going to keep listening or not. And so if your first line is a little odd or on the nose or just maybe like, really, that's the best you could come up with, you risk sending people away, and then they would miss. I mean, if I had turned the song off after hearing that line, I would have not have been able to experience that wonderful chorus. I can't say enough about that chorus. So that's why I say that first line really, really matters. And I feel like this first line is just kind of meh. But I do want to point out something I found interesting about the final verse. As it turns out, that final verse, it does have hate as the repeating line, but it is not the same as the first line. As a matter of fact, this third verse, or fourth or wherever we're at, it references all of the lines that came before it. Let me explain. Hate is a train that hungers for those flesh's call. I don't know if I understand that line. And hate takes the blame, a beast that never shows at all. So let's go back to the third line. So hate is a train, blah, blah, blah. Third line, hate takes the blame. Let's look at all the other third lines. So the first verse, third line, hate is the fame. Second verse, rage is to blame. And third verse, wrath takes the shame. So when we get to the fourth one, and hate takes the blame, hate is from the first verse, takes is from the third verse, and blame is from the second verse. He's weaving all the verses together in one line, and it's very subtle. It's very subtle. You might not have noticed it if you're just reading this, or if you're listening to it and you're not paying attention to the words. But I don't know if that's intentional or if it just happens to be that way, but to me, it feels like a reference to all that's come before. He's combining them all, and that's a very, very intelligent songwriting technique. And I really, round of applause to Mr. James Hetfield. I really, really like that. Now, I do have to say some of these lyrics are kind of for me, so it's not perfect, but there is some really great, wonderful stuff worthy of that applause. So, I'll give him as much as I can while only docking 1. Lyrically, it's a 3. And so Hate Train gets a grand total of 16 points. It's not enough for the top 20. It is currently in 33rd place out of 99 videos so far, 99 songs. It's just below Minus Human and just above Sad But True. Bring on the hate, but don't be hateful. Be nice. Don't get on the hate train. Get on the peace train. Ride on the peace train. Anyway, let's take a look at that top 20 list. One is still at the top. No other song has managed to get a perfect score, in my opinion. I don't know if I'm being a little conservative on these numbers, but I'm trying to be fair. And right now, I'm kind of surprised. I thought more songs would be vying for that top position. But that's what it looks like now. Through the Never and King Nothing are tied in the last spot here. They're on the chopping block. So now it's your turn in the comments below using my method. What do you think of the song? What score would you give it? And check out Midnight Notion anywhere you get your music online. I really, really, really would appreciate the Spotify streams. If you've got an account, or even if you don't, the streams help me tremendously. You could even stream it here on YouTube. I would appreciate those views as well. And of course, smash that subscribe button, because tomorrow we're going to be just a bullet away from what? No idea, but we'll find out when we get there. Thanks for watching. You're awesome.